house always wins. Play long enough, you never change the stakes. The house takes you. Unless, when that perfect hand comes along, you bet big, and then you take the house. Been practicing this good. A little bit. Did I rush it? Felt like I rushed.
That was good. I liked it.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the Big Easy Bets podcast. I'm your host, Logan, and with me in the studio, Nick Von Brick.
How do you do?
On the ones and twos, Justin the Russian Concussion Mascaro.
Hello.
And Joseph Ascani. How are you?
Good.
Alrighty. Episode 127, NCAA, College Football Week 6, NFL Week 5. We're going to do the recap of last week. They keep fucking trying to put me in the casket, but they forget to put the last nail in. So I'm scratching and clawing my way out of the gutter. We'll do best and worst of the week. Top 3 this week is going to be all-time NBA jerseys. I feel like I'm struggling. Those 2 last night helped me, but I keep feeling good. I swear I say it. I say it all the time, but I get fucked. I get screwed.
Yeah.
I really think I have like a curse on me.
That was huge last night.
I mean, I was talking with Joseph about it, like the Minnesota Miracle, first ever bet I ever placed. Minnesota Miracle. I mean, you can't get unluckier than that. But lost in the shuffle. I just a blind. This was back in 2017. But a blind like 5-team parlay. I told Alec Taylor. I said this is a lock. I didn't say it was a lock, but I said this is gonna hit. Every leg hits. Last game is the Ravens, and this is This is just throwing it back a couple years. This has nothing to do with anything on the episode. But it was the Lamar Jackson. I don't know if you remember the game. Lamar. I bet against the Ravens. I think Lamar did the Drew Brees over the top, and they punched it out, and they're returning it for a touchdown, but they blow the play dead, and they go back and look at the replay, and he got it perfectly. It's a fumble. It was Cleveland. They gave Cleveland the ball. Dude, I swear I have like a photographic memory with the shit. Anyway, they don't attempt the field goal. They end up getting. There was a bunch of other shit that happened. Somebody dropped a wide open touchdown. If any one of these things would have happened, we would have made, I mean, it was like a $3,500 win. And just everything that had to go wrong. But it's every week with this shit. We'll get to the recap. But, dude, it's every motherfucking week. In the most poetic justice ever, the UL kicker burns the fuck out of me. Iowa State, Matt Campbell, we'll get into it. But the biggest bitch of all time, I hate Matt Campbell so much. But all right, best and worst of the week. You go first.
I got my first fantasy win.
Yeah.
And I've been sucking.
Yeah,
I'm in 3 leagues and I'm 1-3 in every league.
I'm in 2 leagues. I'm 4-0 in both. Can we talk? Yeah, can we talk about me? Can we? Yeah, it did like 190 points.
Yeah.
But yeah, can we shine the spotlight on my fantasy prowess? 4-0 in both leagues. Justin's at the fucking gutter again.
You think anybody who's like not doing good wants to fucking shine light on your prowess?
Justin's 0-4. What do you, Justin's the worst fantasy player I've ever seen in my life. Ever. Yeah, but you got dead last once, maybe twice.
And I've been to the championship twice.
Yeah, but and that
was some fluke shit last year.
He had the lowest points scored in the entire league.
I feel like something's gonna happen again. This is exactly what happened last year.
He's 0-4.
This is what happened last year.
His team is atrocious.
But my team is filled with injury.
Wait a second.
Even though
I was your first win last year, and guess who's playing each other this week? Oh,
I can't be beaten. I'm 4-0 both leagues.
Well, I'm playing you this week.
I even offered Shannon a pretty decent trade for Javonte Williams. He wanted Saquon. I said you're smoking crack, but it was a pretty decent even swap. I felt like he said no. Well, Javonte Williams. See you later.
What was it?
It was like Michael Carter, and then a decent receiver, but like the fantasy graded it out.
Oh yeah, because that's accurate.
It has Michael Carter graded as an 89,
Okay.
so he's kind of like a Javonte Williams.
Shannon and Alec, those are 2 guys, you don't make trades with.
Well, I mean, yeah, he just asks for ridiculous shit. All right, before we get into best and worst, well, you just did yours, but Big Easy Bets TV on YouTube, go subscribe. The video will be out Apple Podcasts and Spotify for the podcast itself. That's a big thing this year is trying to grow the subscribers on YouTube. So if you have already subscribed, thank you. If you haven't, if we helped you win a bet and you want to repay us, go hit the subscribe button. We'd appreciate it. Best thing I saw this week was Tom Brady and Giselle filed for divorce.
I knew that was going to
Yeah,
And
we all knew that was
I
coming.
had some morons on Twitter, man. This one, he's probably a 12-year-old, but he was like, I put the whole story on the Instagram story where he's like, "Where's the source?" Blah blah blah. Like, did you speak to Tom and Giselle? It's like, I'm pretty sure fucking the news outlets talked to somebody. So, and he's like, well, they didn't speak to them, so it's not, everything's fine with his family. I'm like, how the fuck do you know? Well, it turns out he's wrong. His family's over. His rotator cuff's torn. I'm talking about your life falling apart. Coming back, making deals with the devil. That's what you get.
Yeah.
And then a sub best thing I saw this week was I got this pen in the mail right when you pulled up. Big Easy Bets LLC. They sent it to me.
Oh, nice.
They sent it to me for free. And then they sent me the order form that I quickly threw in the trash for the rest of the pens if I wanted them. So, but that one's free. Joseph, what was the best thing you saw this week?
DK Metcalf getting carted off the field.
Because he had to take a shit?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
And
crazy.
then on Twitter, he was like, I couldn't clinch walk that far to the locker room, so I had to get him to cart me off.
That is
that
funny.
was hilarious.
That is funny. I'm sure.
Because that's realistic.
Well,
That's
somebody-
like how most people, that's real life.
Yeah.
Well,
you
yeah, he's
know?
probably like, shit, that's far. But
Yeah.
they said it's like the farthest proximity, the bathroom's the farthest proximity from the sideline in that one stadium than like any
Yeah.
other stadium.
Right.
Yeah, no, that was funny. Justin, what was the best thing you saw this week?
My mom's got her house built up now. She got the framework and everything done.
Sweet.
Yep.
Congrats.
Not a good one.
No, I mean,
that's awesome.
I mean, I'm sure there's people listening right now clapping, saying, thank God they got it done. But yeah, I mean,
No, I wasn't being facetious. I mean, that's good news.
don't use words you can't spell.
I cannot spell
Yeah.
facetious. No, that's good news. That's awesome.
All right, what's the worst thing you saw this week? What did he say?
Nick.
What did he say?
I'm just mumbling.
What's the worst thing you saw this week?
I don't know if it's like worse, but it's just funny. Those John Kennedy commercials.
Oh,
Have you
that's
seen it?
hilarious.
Yeah.
That would be the best, if anything.
Dude, like,
It depends on who you are, but they are funny.
who signs off on these like, that's a winner?
Right.
Roll it.
Yeah.
Roll it out.
Yeah.
Like,
Call a crackhead.
it's crazy. Yeah, dude,
I love it, dude.
It is ridiculous. The fact that, like, yeah, they film that. They're like, that's pretty good. Let's go watch that back. And then they're like, yep, we're good.
You nailed it.
Yeah.
Roll it. You're going to win.
Yeah, it goes, if you hate
nailed it.
cops just because they're cops, call a crackhead. I'm John Kennedy, and I approve this message.
Great.
They're in the background, like, clapping and shit. They're
Hell
like,
yeah.
that is a winner. All right, Joseph, what was the worst thing you saw this week?
Kind of repetitive, but his best is my worst. Fantasy.
Oh, yeah. You won, but you've got you might be overhyped in fantasy.
What do you mean overhyped? He's 1-3.
Well,
How
he's
could
got
he be
no,
overhyped?
not just overall, not this year. Nick's got this.
Oh, here we go, dude. Here we go, dude. It's always fucking
well, Nick's
something,
got this like this. I don't know what word I'm looking for, but he's recognized.
perception.
Yeah. By everybody else that he's recognized as a good fantasy football player, but he was the head coach and GM of Tyler's
I
last
was
place
not.
team.
Yeah, you were.
Yes, you
Oh,
were.
here we go with this
he-
shit.
He
was
made
in control of all of that.
he made one
I tried
move.
to help
He
him.
made a horrible move that you didn't.
All right,
sign
let's
off
not
on at the end.
pretend like the very next year Adams and Rodgers didn't carry whoever had them fucking all the way to the championship
Yeah,
game.
they did.
So it was just 1 year early. It was a year where Rodgers was a dud. The very next year, they were fucking putting up 100 points combined each every fucking week.
Yeah, I think Ryan had him.
Yeah.
But that was still you were the
No,
The
he
head honcho on
managed
that
all
team.
the waiver wire stuff. That was a terrible job by him.
But
Let's not forget to mention what he actually did.
at the end.
Yes.
I don't remember specifically what it was, but he dropped somebody that he
Oh,
picked up.
oh.
He
Kenyon
decided to
Drake.
keep 3 quarterbacks
Right.
on his bench and drop
That's
a running
that's
back.
why you
And then
Kenyon
Kenyon
That's your
Drake
saving
put up
grace.
45, 50 points. He picked him up and played him in the last place game.
damn right.
Yeah, and he went crazy. Yeah.
You're damn right.
Was that the walk off?
I am the toilet bowl champion. There's nobody.
Was that the
better than me in
walk off
the toilet
Dolphins
bowl.
win against the Patriots on that
No.
last crazy play?
No.
No.
This was when he was with the Cardinals.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. Justin, what was the worst thing you saw this week?
McDonald's no longer has the hot and spicy McGriddles.
I didn't
wow.
even know those were a thing.
They were $2.
Oh
You-
yeah.
Yeah, pay $2. You get
too.
Yeah, do
McGriddle
yourselves
and,
a
hash
favor.
brown.
Stop eating McDonald's.
I don't eat McDonald's anymore, but I know what you're talking about. I didn't know they
So
discontinued.
you're
it.
fake broken up about the McGriddles being gone.
No, I'm not broken up, but they were good.
Yeah, I didn't even know there were spicy ones. Who wants a spicy?
You gotta get
breakfast
cheese on
sandwich?
it. You have to get cheese on it though, because they don't come with cheese.
The worst thing I saw this week, I'm surprised nobody else has it, is the Antonio Brown video.
Well, that would be the best for you.
The best for
Yeah.
me? Why?
If you're, oh, not the video. I'm thinking of the fucking picture he posted with
Oh, with Giselle?
Giselle. Yeah,
He's off his shit, dude.
he is. He's off his fucking.
Okay,
rocker.
but they're like, I'm gonna show y'all a picture. They're like, oh well, CTE. He got CTE after that Vontez Perfect hit. I disagree because this was him in college. Look at that picture. Don't tell me.
Yeah, I mean, he's clearly a criminal.
Okay, well, I don't know about that. I mean, well, yeah, clearly by the video evidence, yes, but not necessarily by that picture. Yeah, but you can't tell me
Well,
like.
didn't he? That's why he fell, right? He was in some type of trouble in college.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, actually, yeah, he fell to like the 7th round or
he
some
went.
shit.
Well, where did he go again?
Central Michigan with JJ Watt. Yeah, that video was fucking wild. They're saying he might like legitimately get in trouble. But I fucking love. He comes out on Twitter and he's like, man, even when I'm out the league, they're trying to put all this disinformation out about me. It's like, dude, there's a video of you sticking your bare ass in that poor woman's face.
What,
you
is
didn't
there any
see the-
context behind that video? Like, where was that? Is this?
I think it was in Dubai, and I want to say like you can get in a lot of trouble for sexual assault and
Oh,
shit over
that's
there.
what I was
Like
gonna
a
say.
little over the norm here. Like obviously you get in
But
trouble.
is there
for it, but-
like a nude, like where they had some like nude pool shit? I don't.
Oh, I have no clue. Possibly.
You know.
But regardless, they said the woman complained and shit. And then I love the tweet he put out was like eloquently written and like this and that. But then he puts out another tweet where he says they're trying to bury me and he spells it BARRY. I'm like, motherfucker, you didn't write that tweet before? I was dying.
What'd you say again?
I said bury like Bonds. He said they're out here trying to bury me. BARRY. Like Jesus Christ. But yeah, that was the worst thing I saw this week by far. But
No one mentioned the Bobby Wagner thing.
with the fans,
That was, a
that was one of the
toss-up.
best things. Yeah.
That was a
Yeah.
toss-up.
Yeah, that's up there for sure. He fucking smoked that dude.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, that was impressive. He still looks good. He made a couple plays in that game where it's like, I'm surprised like there wasn't more of a market for him, I guess. But all right, we will get into the recap. I would say our worst week overall. I mean, you were carrying the way, and this was your worst week. Well, no, it wasn't your worst week, but it was your worst week in the last couple. So since you got on your hot streak. So overall, what'd you do? What'd you go?
What do you mean? I
Okay.
didn't say anything.
Well, yeah, you had that look on your face. Yeah, you and Justin did pretty good in the NFL.
No, I wasn't.
I
I was
saw
just
the look.
looking. I was looking at Justin's record.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, I guess y'all's NFL records aren't bad. Mine wasn't great, but climbed out the gutter there on Monday night. But, all right, we'll recap college. Started off with Houston minus 2.5. This was unbelievable that they didn't cover, let alone win this game. Oh, we got to get into this. Yeah. We got to break this shit down. So, Houston minus 2.5. Tulane's starting quarterback got hurt. So, they're going with Ibieta, the backup. He gets hurt on the first drive trying to run through a DB. Like fucks his shoulder up, third strings in. So right there, you're like, okay, should coast. So me and Nick went to the Chris Rock comedy show at the Sanger, and we had to lock our phones up. Well, you had your smartwatch, but we didn't. We thought they said they were going to lock the smartwatches up, but you were able to keep it on. But so quickly, I text in our group message and I say, I'm not going to have my phone. I need y'all to give me a signal for when Houston scores. So partially it's on me because I didn't have enough time to think of a good process of letting me know when Houston scored. So I said, send me 4 consecutive messages to signal when Houston scores. So the purpose of that was so my phone would go.
Okay.
You two idiots took that as, oh, let me send 3 blank messages, and then on the 4th one, I'm going to say what's going on.
I never did that.
I think you
No,
did.
he would say what's going on, and then he would send 3 blanks.
Yeah.
send 3 blanks.
Yeah, what does
But
that
I
matter?
could
It went
only read-
Okay, but the last thing I said was that you don't have your watch.
I can barely navigate through this thing because it's not like a real smartwatch, but it does display the last message that was sent,
I get
and it just kept being.
So the last thing you see is just going to be a fucking blank message.
Yes, but that's not. But that's
I
not the
gotcha.
point. Like I said, it's partially on me because I didn't have enough time. I was thinking very quickly, like before I put my phone in the bag, like how can I get them to let me know when Houston scores? So all I was saying was you could send 4 consecutive blank messages,
Yeah, I never did that.
and you sent. I'm pretty sure you sent a couple blank messages and then said
No,
something.
no, I didn't.
Well, then you were texting in the middle of it.
I never did it.
But the point was just to signal when Houston scored. But then it's blank message, blank message, blank message. 50 seconds left in the quarter. Houston misses a field goal and this and that. So I'm getting a bunch of vibrations. So I'm like, let's fucking go. I said they must be scoring a lot.
Yeah, every time we were getting buzzed a lot. I'm like, dude, you had to win.
What's
Yeah.
going on?
But he sent blank,
just
blank,
sending-
blank, overtime. I go and look at my phone. I'm like, what the fuck,
Yeah,
dude?
he was just
No,
sending 4 buzzes with a specific
Yeah,
Just trying to update. y'all.
update.
I know, dude.
but where was
No,
the
that's
confusion?
yeah.
Where was the confusion?
No, you were very like. I mean,
Where
that's
was
the signal.
where was the confusion? Seriously, I'm gonna pull up what I said.
I thought you did a good job, Justin.
Yeah, I mean, I was working at the time too, and I was
Right.
still watching the game. And
Right.
I said I need y'all to do me a favor. We are going to the Chris Rock show. I won't be able to watch the second half of the Houston game. Text me if Houston scores to take the lead, but send like 4 texts in a row so I know it's y'all. So I know it's y'all sending the message and not just somebody else texting me. Text me if Houston scores to take the lead. So it goes off in my phone. And I go, okay, they're taking the lead. So then I'm getting fucking 4 texts. Yeah, it's what I said. Text me if Houston scores to take the lead. Send 4 texts back to back to back to back to back. That's the signal.
Yeah, I didn't read that.
And Justin texts 4 messages. He said, "Who did y'all take?" Bro, what the fuck? He said, "Who did y'all
Yeah, I
take?"
know.
What? What?
You should be thanking him for doing that.
Yeah, I mean the dedication to, but it's like the problem solving was not there.
There was a lot of confusion.
There wasn't.
There was a lot of
I said,
confusion.
text me if Houston scores to take the lead. Send 4 texts in a row
Well,
so
you're
I
over
know
here
it's
like,
y'all.
never mind. Fuck, we got watches and blah blah blah. You know
I
what
said, never
mean?
mind. He won't have his watch. Send 4 texts in a row.
It's
That's
just
the
too
signal.
much confusion. You're changing it up. Never mind this.
And you
never
did
mind
do it,
that.
you dumbass.
I never did the blank messages.
Yeah, but you sent 4. You said Houston forced turnover on downs.
Well, because he fucking did it before me.
Yeah, like how's that gonna help?
what
fucking did
sense
it
does
before
that
me.
make? I didn't say text and
Look
fucking
at the message before.
I
That's why I did
understand.
that. I never did the blank
dude. And then
ones.
Justin goes, all 4 individual. Tulane scores it was Tulane scores a touchdown. 14-7. It's under review. Never mind. Confirmed. Houston just missed a field goal. Oh, see, dude. When we saw that, we saw it's under review. Never mind. Confirmed. We saw 14-7. We thought that was for Houston because he sent so many messages. Nick's over here on his fucking prehistoric Apple Watch trying to navigate through the messages. So we're thinking Houston took the lead.
Right.
My phone's in my pocket going crazy. I'm like, we're fucking running it up on them, dude.
Yeah.
We go get my phone. It's like, oh, it loses by 3 in overtime. I was like, what the fuck? That's why I said y'all are so fucking dumb.
Yeah, let me guess. We changed the outcome of that game.
No, y'all just led me to believe that they
It would have
won.
been different if you
Yeah, I saw
texted
that text,
differently.
I was like, damn, I thought I did a good job.
No, you look at this shit, dude. Look at that. That is the dumbest shit I've ever seen.
I would have appreciated it.
I
I was gonna be like, thanks, Jay.
clearly said,
Y'all are fucking
I
stupid.
clearly said, text
Damn.
me if Houston scores to take the lead.
Yeah, I didn't read that.
Clearly.
Yep.
And then y'all are sending me fucking
As if we're
Morse
just
code,
as if we're just
dude.
not doing shit.
Look,
Like as if we just have free time to fucking do that.
look
Y'all
at this
should be
though.
watching.
But I just said we can't
I'm
see.
not even on that game. Why would I be watching it? I'm
So
on a
study
fucking
up.
date.
I
need to study up,
literally
son.
said I can't see my phone. He sends 3 messages. 4th and goal, Tulane at the 2, 43 seconds left. 3 messages. Tulane score with a little Travis Kelce shovel pass play. 39 seconds left, 21-21. 3 messages, overtime. 3 messages, Houston got the ball first, kicked the field goal. 3 messages, Tulane scored a walk-off and win. It's like, and all I'm getting is, I'm like, okay, we're fucking running it up. We're winning by 60.
You'll be all right.
No, that was horseshit. At third string quarterback, and somehow we don't get it done. UCLA plus 3.5. I loved it. Nick, you made it your lock. DTR is fucking good.
Oh, yeah.
This is not the DTR of old. This is not freshman year DTR.
When he was at the goal line and he juked those
Oh,
two
that was
defenders.
nasty. We were watching that shit.
That was nice.
Yeah. And with that being said, the next one was Michigan minus 10.5. Me and Nick were both on that as well. So again, college football, we are undefeated when we are on the same game, 6-0-2. Iowa State minus 3. They lose by 3 to Kansas, 14-11. Exactly what I was expecting Iowa State to do on defense, they did. They were able to contain. I think they held Kansas to nearly like 200 total yards of offense. They did a good job, a really good job defensively. They were so fucking scared to stretch the field vertically. The one time they tried it, they get down to the 1 yard line on a deep ball that was should have been a touchdown. Matt Campbell is the fucking biggest bitch in the world. He is so scared.
Oh, yeah.
It was like 3rd and 8. They're running 3-yard shallow crossers to Xavier Hutchinson, and then he's got to make 2 people miss to have a chance. I don't get it. I don't get the play call. And it's always been like that. Even when they had Brock Purdy and Breece Hall and had weapons, it's always been so scared. They miss 3 field goals in this game. 3-point favorites. They lose the game by 3. 3 missed field goals. You've got 4th and inches with the game on the line. It's final play of the game. And you're like nearly in the red zone, just outside of it. It's like a 35-yard kick probably. The kicker shanked it so fucking bad you would have thought he was playing in a hurricane. It never had a chance. No laces, nothing. He's probably telling him like, man, I think I got the laces. They go back and look at the footage. They're like, you're a fucking jackass. This dude, one of the worst kickers in college football. I was so pissed. I wanted them to go for it. I was like, dude, nah. I told Lindsay, I'm like, I know he has no chance of making it. Why? How do I know that? Sitting here in my fucking living room, but you trot that pudgy son of a bitch out there to go shank it by fucking 40 yards. I was so mad after that. And then South Alabama minus 9, my lock of the week. South Alabama couldn't have played more sloppy and poorly on the offensive side of the football. Defensively, UL on offense is horrible. They can't do shit. They got a punt return for a touchdown, which was the difference in this one. And then they kick a 51-yard. South Alabama wins by 3, but if they don't hit that 51-yard field goal, South Alabama was, if UL doesn't hit the 51-yard field goal, South Alabama is going to get the ball in great field position. They're having success running it. They're going to go milk that game away. 51-yard field goal, dude hits the purest kick of his fucking life. It was incredible. And I told y'all that UL's kicker sucks, and he does. He missed like a chip shot. He missed like a 17-yard field goal in the fucking first half. And then makes a 51-yarder. So, good. And then USC minus 26 was just a bad pick. That's a lot of points. USC's defense is, I've been saying it all year. I've been saying it before. Now it's popular. Now everybody's saying USC's defense is like Oklahoma's with Lincoln Riley. Like,
Yeah.
I've been saying since week 1 that this is a vulnerable USC defense. I said Rice had a lot of success running the football on him. If it weren't for some fortunate turnovers there, USC doesn't cover that number week 1. So, It was a bad pick. Auburn team total under 18.5. This was the luckiest. I said I won't complain about anything anymore. I said I won't bitch anymore if this hits. It was sitting at 17. 18.5 was the number. 17 in like the first quarter. They don't score another point for the rest of the game. It was remarkable. And then Mizzou team total under 12.5. Horrible bet. They nearly beat Georgia outright. So I go 3-5 on the week, and we don't hit our lock. We're struggling. It's a get right week for me.
Yeah, UCLA plus 3.5. That was my lock. I was surprised how well DTR performed throwing the football in this one because he kind of was struggling a little bit.
We hit this game right on the fucking head.
To start the season. But yeah, like Penix struggled in the beginning like I expected. We had a little bit of a scare there at the end because we were up by 24 in like the fourth quarter, but then
they took
Washington
their foot
scored
off the gas.
2 touchdowns and 2 2-point conversions. But we ended up holding on and winning by 8. Michigan minus 10.5. Yeah, it was basically how we thought.
Yeah, but it got a little dicey there at the end, too.
It did.
Because they wouldn't fucking put it away.
Yeah, it was like they were moving the ball, but they were kind of struggling to finish drives. So, but just looking at Iowa, I mean, Iowa didn't have any points in the first half. It was just like you were a little bit worried that Michigan might only win by 10 in this one.
Mm-hmm.
UAB minus 10. I don't really know what happened here. I looked statistically. It looked like they dominated the game. I saw at halftime or near halftime, they had the ball. They were up by 10, and they failed to score, so they were up 17-7 at halftime, and then they ended up losing the game outright. That's because I was watching the LSU game, which this one was kind of frustrating because they give up 2 big plays in the beginning. We get down 17-0, then LSU rallies, ends up winning the game. We ended up having the ball up 4 in scoring territory, and John Emery with the fumble. And then the interception.
Greg Brooks.
I thought he was going to take it to the house for the pick
I did
six.
too. When he got it, me and Lindsay were watching. I said, I literally just like that. I was like, oh my God.
And
Dude.
I knew once he got tackled that it was our shot of covering was done.
But I also knew when that happened that Auburn's shot of scoring any more points was done.
Oh, yeah.
So I was ecstatic. I needed that so bad. But what a fucking comeback.
Oh,
All these more. And now people are like, oh, maybe we were a little early on Brian Kelly. Are you fucking kidding me? You wrote him off after the first game of a 10-year fucking contract. We wrote him off on the first game. That we came all the way back in and missed an extra point to lose. That, the fact that it's like, no shit, you were premature on that. What are we talking about? I couldn't, I heard multiple people today legitimately say that. Like, maybe we were a little premature. Like, you literally were being serious? That you wrote him off after the first game. It's the dumbest shit I've ever heard. It's crazy to me that they were literally like, oh, yeah, it's not going to work. They're going to get rid of him. No, we're not fucking getting rid of him. That was wild to me. So are you rolling over SMU UCF over to?
I wasn't. It got voided.
Yeah. Okay. I was gonna say because that game's tomorrow, and I had a thought I almost feel like it doesn't help the over that it got pushed. to
No,
Wednesday.
I don't know what's going on.
Yeah. Just take it off your card.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Well, I mean, my bet got voided. I imagine everyone else's did as well.
Yeah.
So-
They're playing it tomorrow at 6.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you went 2-2 on the week. Justin, you went 2-3 in college. BYU, I don't honestly. Yeah, BYU. I was keeping an eye on this one because I thought about it. I nearly added a first half, but I stayed away. They didn't cover anything. They pushed on the first quarter spread because we had somebody comment on YouTube saying they were considering BYU -7 first quarter, so they were up 7 at the end of the first quarter, but tie ball game at halftime. They did have a chance, actually, 2 chances to go cover this number. They had a chance, didn't get it, and then immediately got an interception and had another chance, but couldn't do anything with it. And then I don't remember who they were playing, but they went down and scored.
Northwestern.
Yeah. Was it Northwestern? No, it wasn't Northwestern.
BYU was playing Utah State.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. What? How do I know that? I wasn't even on the game. Michigan -10.5 was your lock of the week. That was a good pick. Wake Forest +7. Also a good pick. That line was weird, and they ended up winning outright by 10. It was such a fishy line. It's like you felt like you had
Yeah, it was like they got off to a fast start, and Florida State kind of stumbled, and then Florida State rallied a little bit, but it wasn't enough.
Yep. Iowa State, we were both on it, -3. Already went over that. Fresno, -24. What do you have to say?
Not a good pick.
Do you know what the final score of that game was?
14-19, yeah. UConn won.
Okay. Yeah.
UConn won?
You can't beat
Yes.
them.
UConn won the game outright.
Oh, man.
Fresno State's backup quarterback is fucking horrible. But that also just goes to show you how susceptible USC's defense is because he stepped in and I think was 12 of 13. He didn't do shit for yards or touchdowns. His yards weren't horrible, but when he stepped in for Hainer, he was able to make some completions here and there.
Yeah.
But yeah, Fresno without Hainer, not good. And then Joseph, you went 1-2. USC was your lock. We already touched on it. Georgia -28 was nobody saw that. Nobody saw that coming.
Well, SEC matchup, that many points. I mean, it is Missouri. I get that, but
yeah,
maybe in hindsight, not that big of a
Georgia's
spread.
got to wake the fuck up. I'll tell you that. But then Washington State -3.5. You went back to the well and they got it done for you. Were you able to watch that one?
No.
I know you were at the wedding.
I looked over it. Their defense, like we've been touching
Again.
on, is really good.
Okay.
So
So
be
that's
spotty, but they're good.
the recap for week 5. So College football week 6. This is a big week for me. Important week. You want to go first?
My first one's on Saturday.
Okay, so
I don't have any Fridays as well.
okay.
Well, I do have a Friday, but it's my lock.
I have a Friday as well, and it's my lock.
Okay.
So that could
Maybe we're on the same game.
I doubt it, but that could be interesting. If we are, and it's double locks again, I mean, come on. All right, we are going to give you our college football picks. We have been having a ton of technical difficulties. So the way this is going to be for YouTube, anybody listening to the podcast on Spotify and Apple, you'll never even know that it was an issue. But if you're seeing this, you're watching the YouTube video, we had a connection issue, so we're going to mesh everything together. We're going to go back. We're going to recap our records, and then me and Nick will give you our picks and our lock of the week, and then we'll give you Joseph and Justin's picks as they are no longer here. Last week I went 3-5. That brings me to 20, 24-2, 2-3-1 in my locks of the week. Nick went 2-2. That brings him to 22, 15-3, 5-0-1 in his locks of the week. Joseph sits at 8-15-1, 3-3 in his locks of the week, and then Justin sits at 13-17, 1-5 in his locks of the week. So we will do this for the third time tonight, but the first time that you're hearing it. Saturday. You want to go in on LSU? We're both on LSU. We gave the pick out on Twitter just in case the line was going to move too early, but I'll let you go ahead.
Yeah, I'll just go a little bit quicker here. I think time of possession is going to play a factor here. Tennessee, in the games that they've played close against Florida and Pitt, they've only possessed the ball for 25 minutes in those games. I expect LSU's defense to come up with enough stops and a couple big plays, and the offense to sustain drives and win the time of possession, making this a close one. And then you look at the way LSU's defense kind of matches up with Tennessee's offense. I think it could present problems, and going fast could hurt them. So LSU +3.
Yeah, we're in agreement. I'm on LSU +3 as well. For a large part of what you just said. The biggest issue with Tennessee, in my opinion, is their secondary. I think that Jaden Daniels, even though I know he had 90 passing yards last week, and that's a big red flag, this is a great defense to have in the game following that. There's going to be plenty of opportunities through the air against this secondary. And LSU has a lot of speed on defense, a lot of speed on the edge, especially. I think we're going to be able to keep Hendon Hooker in the pocket. They want to go quick. I think we'll be able to get into the backfield and throw them out of their rhythm. Go ahead and give me LSU +3 as well. In a huge ranked matchup game. We haven't seen that in quite a while in Death Valley. It's been a couple years. Red River rivalry. Say that 3 times fast. I'm going to take Texas -7. Dylan Gabriel's in concussion protocol. Not 100% on if he is going to go, but Quinn Ewers is looking like he is back and will go for Texas. When they played Alabama, it looked like they were going to win that game outright if he stayed healthy. It's a big what if of the season, but he's back. They're going to be fired up. This is an Oklahoma team that's reeling after 2 straight really bad losses. I mean, that's really all I have. Bijan Robinson, one of the best running backs in the country. Again, this is our 3rd time running through this, so we're going to go a little bit quicker with it. If you're listening on Apple and Spotify, you're getting a little bit more in-depth. But, yeah, I think they're going to be jacked up with Quinn Ewers being back. Oklahoma has a lot of stuff to figure out on the defensive side of the football. I don't know if they're going to be able to figure it out for the past 2 weeks till now. Give me Texas -7 in a big rivalry game.
Wisconsin -10 at Northwestern. Paul Chris is gone. The biggest surprise from last week was that Wisconsin has only rushed the ball for 2 yards against Illinois. That's not characteristic of them. Mertz also played bad, which is kind of a characteristic of Wisconsin. But just looking, I think this is a favorable matchup for them, and I'm going to be betting on a little bit of an inter-magic from Jim Leonard. Northwestern isn't nearly as talented, and I think that this game's going to be won in the trenches. So give me Wisconsin -10.
Okay, I am on the Badgers as well, and that is noteworthy because Nick and I are 6-0-2 in college football games that we are both on the same side. We have not yet lost. Georgia-Auburn. Georgia's back at home after 2 subpar games, a game that Mizzou really took them to the 12th round, but Georgia was able to pull it out. Auburn, this is a team that is broken. 17-point lead against LSU. They lose outright. Don't score a point after that. This is a team that is broken. Like I said, Brian Harson's lost the locker room, lost the booster club, lost the team. Brian Harson's tenure in Auburn his days are numbered. Georgia's going to come through, and I think that they are going to really they're going to let the dogs out in this one. Minus 30. I'm taking Georgia. They got a 2 next to their name. They had a 1 last week. They're going to come out with something to prove. Give me the Bulldogs. Auburn's horrible.
Air Force minus 10 at Utah State. Utah State has lost a time of possession in 3 of its 4 losses. It's just okay enough at stopping the run that I think Air Force is going to sustain a lot of long drives, converting a lot of 3rd and shorts and 4th and shorts. And I don't know how much success Utah State's going to have against a pretty strong defense that keeps its opponents out the end zone. Utah State has a turnover problem. 15 turnovers in 5 games, 11 picks and 4 fumbles, so they do a good job of keeping themselves out the end zone. I'm going to go ahead and roll with Air Force here, minus 10.
Okay. Yeah, that number, it feels like it should be more. So that's a side I would lean, definitely. All right, TCU and Kansas. College game day is in Lawrence, and we are not talking college basketball. So that is a big change for the Kansas football program, that's for sure. Is this a letdown spot for Kansas? I don't know. They're going to be up for game day. It's a good team. They've massively overachieved their preseason expectations, but TCU is a really good defense. They got a really good offense as well, led by Max Duggan at quarterback. I think it's going to be too much offensively that Kansas is not going to be able to keep up. I said last week against Iowa State, it's going to take a Heisman Trophy effort from Jalen Daniels to be able to hang in that game. Well, that wasn't the case because Iowa State was ultra conservative on offense. TCU, I feel like, is going to be able to score a little bit more than Iowa State did, put the pressure on Kansas. I don't think they'll be able to keep up. College game day, unfortunately, Kansas is going to be let down. Give me the Horned Frogs minus 7.
Washington State at 6th-ranked USC. USC's 13-point favorites. I'm sure a lot of people are going to look at this line and think Washington State plus 13 looks good, but I'm going to end up laying the points here. I think it's a big mismatch for Washington State's defense. USC should be able to attack the secondary and finish drives in the red zone with their strong rushing attack. Also, I think Caleb Williams will play a factor. His ability to scramble will probably be why USC is so successful in the red zone. So I don't think Washington State's going to have enough firepower to go tat for tat with USC. So I think USC wins by at least 2 touchdowns. Give me USC minus 13.
All right, Duke versus Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech is at home coming off a big upset win against Pitt. Pitt played like shit. 2 of 13 on 3rd down. Let's see, actually 2 of 12 on 3rd down. I'm sorry. 12 penalties, 3 turnovers. Georgia Tech didn't turn the ball over once. You lose a turnover battle that one-sided, odds are you're not going to win the game, and they did not. Duke is far less likely to shoot themselves in the foot with penalties and turnovers. They're 4th in the nation, plus 8 turnover margin. Riley Leonard's a really solid quarterback. They have a balanced offense. They can run the ball. They can throw it. They're going to have opportunities against Georgia Tech. Like I said, I don't think that they're going to do the things that put bad teams in bad positions and cause them to lose games. Duke minus 3. I think this is a letdown spot for Georgia Tech after a really big win.
And all I got left is my lock.
Okay, I'm also, don't remember if I said this or not because we've done this 17 times. UCF SMU under 63.5 on tomorrow, on Wednesday. By the time y'all are listening, it will be today. All right, Boise State. I'm coming home. I'm back on the blue turf. Give me Boise State minus 7. They fired their offensive coordinator, and then all of a sudden they got reinvigorated on offense. They can run the ball really well. Taylon Green, dynamic dual-threat quarterback, but he's not really that dual-threat because he can't throw the ball very well. Sam Vidlock, freshman, saw time against San Diego State. Did not look very well. Didn't do very well either. The big thing here, Jake Haener is still out for Fresno State after injuring his ankle against USC. Logan Fife, the backup, looked like dog shit against UConn. They lost outright. Boise State, this is a big spot back on the blue turf for Andy Avalos to show everybody that, hey, it wasn't my fault. It was that damn offensive coordinator and Bachmeier's fault. So give me Boise State minus 7 back on the Smurf turf. All right, go ahead with your lock of the week.
Houston at Memphis. Memphis is 3-point favorites. Houston has been a disappointment this season. 2-3 in their first 5 games. 3 of them have gone to overtime. They won the first one against UTSA in overtime, an impressive win. Then they lose to Texas Tech in double overtime in Lubbock. And then last week against Tulane, they lose to Tulane in the 3rd string in overtime. But you look at the statistics, Houston dominated the time of possession and outgained Tulane by over 100 yards. It's been the penalties that have haunted Houston this season. They're the most penalized team in the country, but looking at the games they've played so far, it hasn't really been a cakewalk, and they really had a chance to win in most of those games, other than I think Kansas was the only game that was settled by
Double digits.
more than one possession, yeah. So I think just looking at the outlook of their season, they're talented. They just haven't played disciplined so far, and I think they still have a lot to play for because they have one conference loss of the Americans still in play for them. This is going to be Memphis' toughest test other than Mississippi State, the only game they lost. The wins against Navy, Arkansas State, North Texas, and Temple aren't really impressive to me. And just looking at a lot of the games that Houston's played this year, I would say that a lot of those teams are better than Memphis. So give me Houston +3. It's a lock.
All right, my lock of the week. We're going to Nebraska versus Rutgers. Nebraska's on the road in this one. 3-point favorites on the road. After Scott Frost got fired, Nebraska got run out of the building against Oklahoma. But then they had a week off to reassess, kind of figure everything out. Mark Whipple's still calling plays. You got Mickey Joseph as the interim head coach. They're coming off of a win against Indiana. They did a great job of controlling the time of possession. Casey Thompson's doing a good job of getting his guys in position to move the chains. They're 13th in the nation, 51% on third down. Rutgers, on the other hand, struggles to extend drives. They're 116th in the nation on third down, 32%. That equals not good. A key stat here, while Nebraska's red zone defense is not special, Rutgers' defense is the bottom of the barrel, dead last in the country. 11 times their opponent has entered the red zone. 10 times their opponent has walked away with a touchdown. The other time was a field goal. If you enter the red zone against Rutgers, odds are 100% of the time you're going to score points. Anthony Grant is the X factor for the Cornhuskers on offense for me. The junior running back is averaging 5.3 yards per carry. He's got 5 touchdowns on the year. He's got really good vision. He's got the ability to bounce it to the outside. He's got the ability to turn a play that doesn't look like it's going to do too much. He can turn it into a home run shot. I think he's going to be able to soften up a pretty stout but slightly overrated Rutgers defense. I think Nebraska's going to be able to score too much for Rutgers to keep up. Their offense is abysmal, but their defense is the strength of their team. But, I mean, that's not saying too much. Give me Nebraska -3 as my lock of the week. We will do a quick recap of all of the picks, and then I'll give you Joseph and Justin's picks as well. So I'm taking LSU +3, taking Texas -7 in the Red River rivalry. Red River rivalry. That's what I said. Say it 3 times fast. Give me Boise -7, Georgia -30, Wisconsin -10, TCU -7, Duke -3, UCF SMU under 63.5, and I'm taking Nebraska -3 as my lock of the week.
I'm on LSU +3, Wisconsin -10, Air Force -10, USC -13, and my lock of the week is on Friday night. I'm taking the Houston Cougars +3.
All right, there you go. That is our college football picks. So Joseph is taking Kentucky -10, Purdue and Maryland over 58.5. He's taking the LSU Tennessee under 63.5 as his lock of the week. He's only got 3 plays. Justin, first play, Vandy, Ole Miss over 60. He's also on Kentucky -10. Then he's got Kentucky, South Carolina under 50. BYU, Notre Dame under 52 is his lock of the week. And then he is on Virginia +3 to close out his college football slate. Like I said, we had technical difficulties, so we are going to it's going to look a little differently on the YouTube video than it has been. You're going to see we're going to mesh it as close together as we can. But in the original video, all of our college football picks, while we were in the midst of giving that out, kind of got messed up. So that's the Big Easy Bets difference. We have technical difficulties. We're working overtime, and we're going to give you it to where you can see what exactly we're taking. But all right, so we will toss it back over to us, doing our NFL recap and giving you our NFL bets for the week. Piss me off. This pen is trash, for the record. This pen is not good.
What?
The LLC one?
It's not good. Yeah.
That was your best of the week.
Yeah. Well, it's not
You
the
got
best.
this one
It's
over
not the
Now
best.
it's the
this
pen.
is your
worst.
pen.
Yeah, that's not a bad one. Yeah, it's not the best pen of the week. All right, NFL. We'll do the recap real quick. We're right on schedule. It takes about an hour for each. I just wrote and then it cut out on me.
No,
So
it's good.
if I'm writing, I don't want it to cut out on me.
We're actually doing really good on time.
Yeah, if we can do just about an hour for each, then we'll be good to go. All right, Thursday night, Bengals, Dolphins. I had the over 47 and an incredible late ad by me, -3.5 for the Bengals. This over should have hit. If Tua didn't die, then I guess that's disrespectful. If Tua didn't get knocked the fuck out, then this over probably hits. Even with him being out of the game, Bengals and Dolphins both were inside the 5-yard line and had to settle for field goals. It was very unfortunate because I would be willing to bet that they wouldn't have kicked the field goal if they wouldn't have been able to take the lead. If it was a 4-point game and they're right there, they're going for it. But they were down 1 or 2, so a field goal gives them the lead in the game. So both of them end up taking field goals. We missed this just by a little bit, but incredible ad by me. Bengals -3.5. They cover. Scary shit with Tua. That was to see him go out like that. But we were talking about it. Everybody wants to oh my God, he should sue the NFL. Why should he sue the NFL?
Yeah.
Because he got knocked out.
Yeah, I think all that's being blown out of proportion.
Tua's a grown-ass man, dude. He could sit if he doesn't feel right.
All right.
So I understand.
It's his job to tell the doctor if his head hurts.
Yeah, and they scapegoated that independent neurologist.
Yeah.
They said, it was that guy. Get him the fuck out of here. He's fired. Remove his
Somebody-
license. He'll never work again.
Can't even feed his family now.
Meanwhile, the Dolphins were like, if you think you can you spell your first name? Get back out there.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we split on Thursday. Then the London game, Saints. I had the under 44, and then me and Nick were both on Saints +2.5. All right, so we'll touch on the Saints real quick. I don't want to dive into it too much. My thoughts on it are, because there's a lot of fucking idiots. A lot of idiots. We said going into this game that this is probably the worst possible time for Jameis Winston to get sat. People want to act like every team in the NFL is the same.
Mm-hmm.
That's not the case. The Buccaneers defense is substantially better than the Vikings defense. The Vikings have a non-existent pass rush, and the Vikings have the worst secondary in professional football. So you're now getting to go against a team that you should be able to push the ball down the field on. My honest opinion, unbiased, because I'm not fucking biased. I'm a Saints fan, first and foremost. I see people fucking celebrating this game like we won. They're Andy Dalton. Andy Dalton played pretty good. We lost a motherfucking game. That game was begging for a quarterback to win the game. There was ample opportunities for somebody to make a throw and win that football game on both sides, and neither could do it. My honest opinion is that, yes, the offense looked like it was in a better rhythm than the previous games, but you got to understand who you're playing against. And fact of the matter is that Olave had the corner beat, had Patrick Peterson beat with the safety not over the top. If that ball's put on the money, Olave's got a walk-in touchdown. And then Callaway, everyone's like, oh, what a ball from the Red Rocket. Callaway had to make an incredible catch. If it fucking is put on the money, it's a touchdown. A completed catch doesn't mean it's a good ball. The hypocrisy just really aggravates me, if I'm being completely honest. The hypocrisy really bugs me. We're celebrating this fucking game. We chastised the quarterback who won our only win, and we're celebrating the quarterback that lost a fucking game that was a winnable game.
Yeah.
You've got a 34-year-old quarterback doing a spin move like a 34-year-old quarterback and fumbling the fucking ball at the 25-yard line. And then Deontay Harris, don't get me started. And then that game's not on Will Lutz. People are like, oh, if Lutz can make it's a 61 fucking yard field goal.
I thought that was a good kick, man.
That was a great kick. It was unfortunate. The fact that doesn't bounce in
That
is
was
astounding.
barely off, dude.
But 5 minutes before that, he hit a 60-yarder. It's like, oh, yeah.
So I was like, if he's about to hit this, dude, name etched in
it's like one of the best
history.
kickers.
Yeah. That's that would have been probably arguably the best kicking performance.
Yes. And
ever.
the fact that it can hit the upright and go down to hit the crossbar, it's like if it's an inch in, it's bouncing in. It's like game of inches. That so clearly or so nearly was a made kick. Yeah, look, like I said, my unbiased opinion, because there's dipshits on Facebook like, oh, you're the president of the Jameis Winston fan. No, motherfucker, I'm a fucking Saints fan, and he gives us the best chance to win healthy. The upside with Jameis is higher than it is with Andy Dalton. So I understand. I'm not saying we can't win with Andy Dalton either, but this whole like, oh, the Red Rocket, that rocket hasn't been fucking going in a long time. A long fucking time. That's why he bounced around from team to team. That game was begging for a quarterback to win that game.
Mm-hmm.
There was multiple opportunities to win that game. He was off target on throws. Like, let's not just pretend like, oh, he played great. He was supposed to be the savior because Jameis was the problem. But now it's, oh, well, the offensive line. We didn't have Kamara. Oh, yeah, we didn't have Kamara against Tampa. Call it fucking even is what bugs me. Like, this whole, like, I don't know. I'm not saying that we can't win. I don't think Andy Dalton played bad. I think he played okay. That was it. He played okay. But if he could have played decent or slightly above average, then we win that football game. So that's my thoughts on it. I mean, what do you think? Who are you going with? You going with Dalton for the rest of the year?
No, not when Jameis is healthy.
Yeah, I mean, there's people that want Andy
I'd
Dalton.
like to see Jameis have a whole roster of healthy teammates.
Yeah, and it's like when he is back, it's like he needs to get the ball
Because
to Alvin
when we
Kamara.
did,
you need to
we
check
won.
it down. But also too, it's like we were
won
able to
the
run
one
the ball.
game this year when we had a fully healthy lineup.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
I got nothing against Andy Dalton. Like you said, I thought he did his job okay.
Yeah.
Um,
It's just the narrative, the way people try to spin this narrative. And it's people that don't know shit about football. You don't say a goddamn word. And it's like, we beat the Falcons. Silence. No, woo, yeah, good game, nothing. Silence. But when we lose, they're coming out of their fucking hole, slithering out to go, oh, this is bullshit. We're really bad. We're not good. And then Andy Dalton, in a game that we fucking lose. Oh, it's an upgrade. We're doing better. We lost to the fucking Vikings. The Vikings are not a good football team. They're not a good football team.
second best team
But,
in the NFC.
but we're out here. The Vikings?
Mhm.
Are they really?
Yeah,
What is their record?
3-1.
Okay, well, they shouldn't. They look like shit against the Eagles, and they should have lost to us.
The Lions as well.
So they're not a good football team. I don't care what anybody says. They're not top of the fucking food chain. But it's just the fact that we're out here like celebrating a game that we lost. People are cheering because the white quarterback steps in and plays mediocre. Like, and that's a stretch. Like, he played okay. That's what I was saying. Like,
Yeah, I mean, the throw, like the most impressive thing he did was the throw to Olave at the end
yeah, definitely.
in the middle
Oh,
of the
yeah,
field.
that
That was an
was a-
incredible throw.
That was a great throw.
But yeah, no, like you said, dude, before halftime, that turnover is like such a pivotal. It pivoted the game. Was
Yes.
what I'm trying to say.
No, what are you fucking doing? Why are you trying to? You're not going anywhere. Just if you're gonna take the sack, take the sack.
Well,
Why
that's
are
like a position where we're getting the ball and we're like, okay, we can
Yes.
score before halftime, and
Yes.
then you like
but people
now
just
they're scoring again, right? Like that.
yeah. It's like just dude, call it what it is though. It's like oh he played pretty good. He fumbled their fucking game away. Like which if he hits Olave, that's a touchdown. He threw it to him. It's not like he
Yeah.
didn't see him. He was way fucking late. Oh, but Jameis can't process the defense and this and that bullshit. Like, dude, it's fucking aggravating. It is. When Andy Dalton looks frantic in the pocket, it's the offensive line. When Jameis looks frantic in the pocket, it's because he can't process the defense. Like, suck my fucking dick. That's what it is. Oh, you're the president of the Jameis fan club. You're the president of the go suck my fucking dick fan club. It's not about Jameis Winston. It's about the Saints. It's about call it fucking both ways. Call it both ways. Because arm talent-wise, it's not close.
Oh yeah.
It's not fucking close. He makes one fucking regular throw, and my dad, oh, the Red Rocket, sending the fucking emojis. Like, dude, I watched Jameis fucking make multiple throws marching down the field where it's like, damn, that is a good ball. He has the arm talent. So it's like, why are we not doing that for Jameis when he makes a throw? Oh, yeah, it's fucking crickets. But Andy Dalton makes a fucking 15-yard out route, and we're like, oh, shit. Like, it's fucking revolutionary, dude. It's just the hypocrisy of it is aggravating. But whatever. Saints under 44. Saints Vikings under 44. Saints plus 2.5. Both lose. Really, really fucking rough start and frustrating. Bucks and Chiefs under 45.5. This hit at like halftime. This was the worst bet of the week for me and probably the worst bet of all time. The Chiefs, I think, nearly hit the over by themselves. What did they score? 41?
Yep.
Wow. That was one of them hurricane unders. There was no hurricane. Bills and Ravens over 52. Me and Joseph were both on it. We were cruising to it. If the Bills did their part in the second half, if they could have, either way, if they could have done their part in the first half, or if the Ravens could have continued what they were doing in the second half, we would have hit this easily. The weather played a factor. I think there was, 43 points scored, something like that. Raiders minus 2.5, my lock of the week. I told you, lay it all on the Raiders. The Broncos are not good. Raiders, it was do or die. It was do or die, 0-3. They had to get a win, and they did. Bengals, like I said, added there. Last night, though, they keep trying to kill me. They wrote me off, but I didn't write back. 49ers -1.5, 49ers Rams under 42. A double winner to pull us out of the gutter. 4-5 on the week. You went 1-1-1.
Yeah. Bengals, we talked about it.
Saints,
we talked about it. Bills. This one was kind of annoying because the Bills had the ball and they could have scored a touchdown if they wanted, but they played that game where they just run the clock out at the 1 yard line and then kick the game on a field goal. So we pushed there. Guess you can't complain, but it wasn't like we were in real jeopardy of losing this one.
Yeah, the Ravens tried to let them score too.
Yeah. I saw,
that
and then one player, dude.
And I think that's why Marcus Peters was pissed, but Calais Campbell was pissed too. It's like, what? How do you not know?
Right.
How do you not know? Everyone else is like, oh, and he's like, oh, let me go fucking run in there and try to smoke him. Like, what are you dumb? Like, I was pissed. I was like, yank him in, dude. Sometimes you'll see him, they'll grab him by the jersey and fucking pull him in.
That's what I thought he was trying to do at first, but I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Dude?
He's getting up fucking clapping his hands like a fucking seal. Yeah. So I didn't go over the full college records as well. So after they do their recap, I'm gonna give the updated records for everybody for both. Justin, you went 2-1-1. You were also on the over with me. That didn't go well. Cardinals +1.5 was a good bet. That was your lock of the week. Jets +3.5, also a good bet. And then you pushed with Nick on the Bills -3.
Yeah.
Cardinals were down for a little while, but then they went by like 10? Baker's trash.
Yeah, it wasn't looking good at first.
Yeah.
I was texting Joseph during this one.
And we fucking lose to him. But yeah, 2-1-1 is a good week. Joseph, you went 3-1. You got a bounce back week after you had a really good start, then you had a rough week, but then you bounced back with a good 3-1. Bengals -3.5 on Thursday. Eagles -6.5. I think they won by 8. 7 or 8, and then you were on the Cardinals as well, and then we were both your lock of the week, though, unfortunately. Bills, Rams, over 51.5. Somehow you got a half point better than me. He keeps doing that. Keep finding these half point better numbers.
That Eagles game was
You didn't want to let me know? You saw me give out 52, and then you're over here with your 51.5.
Saw
not
you
saying
give out
anything.
52 after I got 51.5.
I'm pretty, yeah, but you didn't tell me. You were just
You want
going
me to tell you everything then?
If you have a better
In the
number,
morning?
I would love to know.
You want me to tell you everything in the morning?
If you hear me on this podcast go, I'm taking the over 52, and you're over there sitting on over 51.5.
See, that's why I wanted to bring my computer, because I wanted to check the odds and lines. But y'all know how that goes.
No, we don't.
Thursday Night Football. I'm going to mention it again. I told y'all last week.
Yep.
Pay attention if me and Nick are on the same
Okay.
Thursday night bet. I mean,
I was on it too, so you're going to start tracking
yeah,
that?
you were on it after.
Yeah.
Though. I'm just saying. I'm 5-0. He's, what, 4-0?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, well.
Thursday night. We're going to talk about that first.
Yeah, I mean, it was an
God, this is a good one, huh?
incredible ad by me. All right, so, yeah, look ahead to this week. Thursday matchup. Good call. Okay, college football. I go 3-5 last week. I'm sitting at 20, 24-2, 2-3-1 in my locks of the week. Nick went 2-2, so that brings you to 22, 15-3, 5-0-1 in your locks of the week. Have not dropped a lock this year. Justin went 2-3. That brings him to 13-17, 1-5 in his locks of the week, but he's on a 1-game win streak. Joseph went 1-2, 8, 15-1, 3-3 in his locks of the week. NFL. I went 4-5 last week, 12-14 overall, 3-1 in my locks of the week. Nick went 1-1-1, 9-2-1 overall, which is damn good, and then 2-2 in his locks of the week. Joseph went 3-1, 12-9 overall, 2-2 in his locks of the week. Justin went 2-1-1, 8-9, 8-9-1, and 3-1 in his locks of the week. So me and Justin are leading the way in the lock category for the NFL. Got to take anything I can at this point. That was a lot of recapping records, but we will look ahead. If I don't have a good week, I will break this pen on the next episode because I'm writing with this pen now. Thursday night football. I think a lot of people are calling it a snooze fest. I think it might have potential. Colts
it'll be a good one.
Colts and Broncos. Broncos are home. I see. Looks like it's a 3-point spread currently. I saw 3.5 like 25 minutes ago. So, so 3.5 is up for grabs, depending on which side you're taking. You want to go first?
No.
No. Who wants to? Does anybody want to go first?
I'll go. I don't care.
Go ahead.
Broncos -3.
Okay.
Broncos country.
Why?
Yeah. Why?
Last week it looked
Russell,
like
I think Russell Wilson kind of got a little banged up.
yeah, whatever. He's playing. Last week it looked like he got it together. Started forming a rapport with his receivers.
Cortland Sutton.
Yeah, Sutton and Judy. And then Matt Ryan sucks. And the Broncos' front seven is pretty good. I think if they get any sort of pressure on Matt Ryan, he'll fold like a pancake like he does every week. So, yeah, that's a recipe for Broncos -3.
Okay. I think I'm going to take the over. I'm leaning over 43.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a trap for the under, I feel like.
I think so as well. I mean, they're like
Like
Joseph said.
under's like the it's glowing, you know.
Oh yeah. Well, I was just on it. Under 42, hit by a mile. For last night, primetime unders are definitely hitting more than.
But just for
the
this
over.
specific game, the Broncos haven't really been able to put a whole lot of offense together.
Yep.
But they've been in some low-scoring games, and then the Colts. I mean, the strength of their team's definitely not scoring.
So at 3.5, I would certainly lean the Colts. I think. But with that being said, Javonte Williams just tore his ACL for the Broncos. That hurts for their offense. That's a check down, and he can make something happen. But I feel like that is going to force Russell Wilson to find Cortland Sutton, who's lighting it up this year, and then also Jerry Jeudy's more than capable. KJ Hamler. They have a lot of guys at receiver. The Colts, on the other hand, obviously you know what you have with Jonathan Taylor coming off of a really rough game, but Pittman's having a damn good year. Matt Ryan, if they can give him a clean pocket, is okay. Like, he can move the ball. He can put points up if he has a clean pocket. So,
Yeah, well, and you mentioned Jonathan Taylor. He's also nursing an ankle injury as well.
yeah, but he's going to go.
He's going to go, but I
Yeah.
think it makes a difference.
Everybody's hurt
Yeah,
at
and
this
did
point. though. Melvin Gordon's questionable.
Yeah.
the Broncos? They lost
Randy Gregory, that's what I was getting
Gregory.
to. God damn it.
yes.
So if you can keep Matt Ryan clean,
Mm.
he can put up some numbers for you. That's going to be easier to do without Randy Gregory coming off the outside opposite of Bradley Chubb, because Gregory's actually been having a pretty decent season so far. So, yeah, they put him on IR.
Yeah, he gets a lot of pressure on the quarterback.
Yeah, I'm taking the over here. I'm taking over 43. It's too low. If you look at the stats, it screams under, blah, blah, blah. 14 points per game for the Colts, 16 points for the Broncos. This could be a Broncos breakout game type of thing, you know? What's his name? Nathaniel Hackett prides himself. He's an offensive guy. Rodgers liked him in Green Bay. This could be a good chance. I mean, he's got to get back in the good graces of the Denver fans.
Of you.
So, no, he'll never get in my good graces. He's dead to me. So, but if they go 2-3, I mean, they're going to start looking at him sideways a little bit. And then the Colts, I think the Colts are capable. The Colts have weapons. The Colts are capable of putting points on the board. I'm going to go on. I'm over. Fuck. I'm
Jinxed
taking
it.
over 43. Justin, which side are you leaning?
I'm on the over with you as well, and then I'm also taking the Broncos -3.
We've done this twice now, and we're 0-2 when me and Justin are on the same side on the point total.
Means we're due for a win.
No, it does not. You said you're taking the Broncos as well?
Yeah.
God, y'all two being on the Broncos makes me love the Colts plus 3.5.
I'm going Colts +3.
1.5.
I guess if that's out there.
It was out there literally 20 minutes ago.
Let me check my thing, but I got boost, so you gotta give me a
May the
minute.
best man win. First one we haven't been on.
See, I keep fucking around
go
and
ahead.
taking the double.
Go ahead.
Joseph.
Take the Colts. Go ahead. Lock it in
I
for
keep
me.
fucking around and taking a double Thursday night. I don't think I'm going to do it. I'm going to stay with just the over 43.
Smart.
But yeah, I would lean Colts. If you got 3 and a hook, I would certainly lean Colts.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I just saw it. Like,
I mean, you probably be able to find it. I see it on Bet Rivers, but
Yeah.
who has access to that? Is that even a real thing?
all right.
You always see that for the Pelicans game. That's one of the commercials.
Yeah.
I don't know if we said this, but Latavius is on the Broncos.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, it looks like Shaq Leonard's out, which has kind of been a
He's been out all year.
yeah.
I don't think he's played once yet. Okay.
Which I guess that's his name now, Shaquille.
It is. He changed it. It's not his.
Okay.
His middle name's Darius.
Well, why was he going for Darius for so long?
Trying to get drafted. What? I mean, let's be honest. All right. What? How many NFL games do you have?
I always have 3.
Oh, that's right. You still doing that?
Yeah, dude. This week kind of.
It's fishy.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
agree. Got 4 total.
Okay, Justin, give me your first one.
Okay. It's gonna be a 12 o'clock game. Going with the Dolphins and the Jets. Gonna take the Dolphins and Teddy Bridgewater -3.
Ugh. Teddy Bridgewater. That's right. All right.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how. I think they're still capable with him at quarterback, but
He just made some throws in that game. I was like, what the fuck was that?
yeah.
Like,
I didn't like Zach Wilson either in that Steelers game.
Yeah, but he's also working back from injury, and it was his first
I heard
game
he
of the
looked
year.
good.
He didn't at first, and then he
I
looked
thought he
good.
made some throws.
I saw some
that
throws that were
helped them win
solid.
the game.
Oh, let's talk about that. That was almost my best of the week. Kenny Pickett got some
Yeah,
action.
he
I
did.
understand he threw 2 picks.
3.
Was it 3?
Yeah.
Shit, I saw 2. 2 were tip balls though. One, actually, both of them shouldn't have been picked. Because I was waiting for you to come in and say like that was the best thing you saw.
Well, that
this
was
week.
his only 3 incompletions.
Yeah, no,
He did rush
balls
2
no
touchdowns.
balls touched the turf yet. He threw one to the tight end in one-on-one coverage, and he gets up there, and it's just his hands on it. But then when he comes down, he gets like tipped, and then another guy comes running over and gets it. So that's not on him. You're giving your guy a shot. But then there was another one on the sideline that got batted up in the air, which that one wasn't a great throw. Actually, no, I take it back. Same thing. Hit the receiver's hands.
Okay.
And as he came down, it got batted up in the air and got picked. So I didn't see the third one though.
Yeah, no, I thought one of those was kind of his fault, but I don't really remember the specifics because the third one it was a throw to the end zone.
Oh,
Hail
okay.
Mary.
I'm telling you then, those first 2, both should have been caught. One was way down.
I mean, I
the
wasn't
field.
watching the game, but it was popping up on the
Actually,
red
it was
zone.
his first throw of his
Yeah.
career. He threw it way down. And yeah, I'm telling you, his guy got up and had a chance to go up and get it. It might have been Fryermuth.
I like that.
Okay,
that
maybe
his
that's the one
first
I thought
play,
was his fault.
That they were like, all right, just take a shot.
Yeah. No, he hung in there and got fucking smoked on one and delivered a good ball to Fryermuth. It wasn't an incredible ball, like he was open, but he had a guy right in his chest and took a shot, and it was okay. Like they did a side by side of him and Trubisky like fucking got scared and went down, and Pickett hung in there and made a good throw. I know. I think Pickett's got. I like Pickett. I like. He's still wearing the 2 gloves. The kid's got a shot. All right, my first one is going to be San Francisco -6.5 against the Panthers. I think that the Panthers suck. I think that San Francisco has one of the best defenses in the league. It's just Garoppolo just managed the game. So I'm going to take the Niners -6.5. It's a road game, but I think the Panthers are that bad. So how many total do you have?
4 more total.
Okay. Give me your next one.
I'm on both of the ones y'all just talked about.
Okay.
Jets, Dolphins, I'm on the under 43.5, and 49ers, Panthers, I'm under 39.5. I know the total seems low, but like you just said, the Panthers fucking suck. Baker is not good. Rule said he's going to stick with him. I don't know why. He's not fucking
I
good.
mean, who are
And
they
the
going to
49
go to?
Well, Sam Darnold's still hurt. I know that, but
PJ Walker.
Yeah, I mean, Matt Rule's going to get fired.
yeah,
He'll
and,
be coaching college.
and
next year.
and 49ers defense is damn good. They have a really good defense. The Panthers have a sneaky good defense too. That I think could give some problems to Garoppolo. So I think that's a recipe for the under here, 39.5.
Okay. All right, Justin, give us your next one.
I just have my lock left.
Oh, okay. How many more do you have?
I have 2 more. One's my lock.
Okay, give me your one.
Chargers at Browns. I'm gonna roll with the Browns +3 here.
I was looking at this one and definitely.
I just think the Chargers, if there is a weakness on their defense, it's stopping the run. It's kind of something that carried over from last season. I think the Browns, where they didn't have, they didn't get the win last week against Atlanta, which was kind of surprising. But It was a close game.
Browns are home, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to take
So
the
I'm
Browns as
taking
well.
Browns +3 at home.
I like that. I'm also going to take – actually, give me your next one since you have a few more.
Saints
Ugh,
-5.5. Bounce
that-
back spot here.
I hate that pick if I'm being completely honest. Until further notice, I'm not touching the Saints. What shows us that we should take the Saints?
I am saying that because you look at, I think that people can get deceived by 48 points from the Seahawks last week.
But Geno Smith is not playing bad.
And so people are going to say, oh, 5.5. And the Saints coming off 3 losses in a row? Oh, take the Seahawks here.
Yeah, I mean, I get.
We're back in the dome. I think this is a perfect spot for us to bounce back.
I don't. We haven't done shit in the dome in a while, to be honest. It's
Who's playing for the quarterbacks?
probably Andy Dalton if I had to guess.
I'm gonna
But
take
that's a
Andy
good
Dalton
question. Yeah, we
regardless.
don't know if we're going to go back to Jameis or what because he
Yeah, I mean,
wanted.
he went with the team and everything.
Yeah.
It wasn't like he was far off from playing. It didn't seem.
Oh, he wanted to play.
Yeah.
They said so. That's where it's questionable. It's a little shaky.
Either quarterback for me. I'm still taking them. I think our defense steps up big back in the dome. We're going to have a lot of crowd noise. We're going to rattle
Mike
Geno
Thomas
Smith.
status. Foot.
Don't know.
I'm more concerned with our defense.
Well, it helps having your weapons.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, no, I can't do it.
I think we'll do enough on the offensive side of the ball to win by a touchdown.
5.5's a lot of points, especially
Yeah.
against a team that's kind of playing with a spark. And Geno Smith's not playing bad football.
I like
So-
Geno.
And
Oh,
the,
yeah, he's
and the
playing good
fact that
football.
the mobile quarterbacks always give us trouble a little bit, it seems like Mariota
Mm-hmm.
and Jalen Hurts killed us last year, but I understand it's different talent level. But 5.5 is just too many for me. I think I'm going to take the Commanders. What are your thoughts on that? +2.5 at home.
I was looking at this one.
I think this might.
I haven't got. I remember in week 1, whoever they were playing, they got out to a lead, and I was like, man, maybe.
Lions.
I was like, maybe the Commanders are good. Then they blew it.
They're
It's
saying
the Lions,
Brian Robinson might be back.
Yeah, I think he's a couple weeks out.
No.
No, he's
Yeah, it took him
active.
off IR.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
They're saying like Ron Rivera expects him to play.
Well, that's interesting
Yep.
because I grabbed him off of waiver wires.
No structural in what? Oh,
Our league
I have
a
him,
while
I have
ago.
him in the sleeper league. No structural damage in the knee. So I think he had surgery.
Okay, I didn't know. I thought I read something where he was cleared to go, but he wasn't eligible to return yet.
No, I think he's good. I'm pretty positive I saw that he was going to be good to go.
Yeah, he was doing drills like a couple days after he was shot.
Yeah, that's impressive. He got very, very lucky apparently.
Yeah.
All righty. The Jaguars -7 against the Texans is interesting. That one's screaming at me to take the Texans, but I'm not going to do it.
I know the Jags have been surprising this year.
They really have. Like, it's a kind of a testament to Doug Peterson, who we interviewed for our head coach and didn't get. But
Yeah,
I mean, I'm not going to start throwing stones from that.
I mean
aspect.
it helps, dude, because like you couldn't. Urban Meyer just really blew that situation
Oh God,
because he kind of walked into the goal mine, getting the first pick, getting Lawrence, and Lawrence has looked good enough.
he's impressed me.
Yeah,
Definitely.
like he didn't look good last year, but
No, yeah,
a lot of rookies don't look good.
yeah, exactly. The strides he's clearly taken have impressed me. I'll say because
He
I've
did
been
throw
critical.
one ball that was bad. It got intercepted last week, but
Really? I want to take more, dude, but it's because I'm fishing for games, but I'm gonna stick with what I got. So how many more do you have before you lock? You're good.
Yeah.
You're good.
yeah.
You're good.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Most important bets of the week for the NFL. Our locks of the week. I will go first. Call me crazy, but I think I'm taking the Falcons +8.5 against Tampa. Tom Brady's life is over. His home life is non-existent. Giselle hates him. His kids hate him. He came back for nothing, made a deal with the devil, and it was all for naught. Give me the Falcons +8.5 on the road. It's a crazy pick, but going for 3 in a row. I mean,
When are they gonna start throwing Pitts the ball?
I hope fucking soon for my fantasy team. No, yeah, he was on the sideline for the majority of the game, and then out of nowhere they line him up at running back. I'm like, what are we doing? He's pretty good. But hopefully this week, 8.5 division game. Falcons played him close last year, at least 1 or 2. It just feels like too many points. Tom Brady's life is fucking in shambles right now, and he's got a rotator cuff. I didn't even think about that. Like it even more. got a rotator cuff injury going on. I hope that thing snaps like a fucking twig. I hope he can't ever lift his arm ever again. I'm dead serious, too. I am dead serious. So give me the Falcons.
Damn.
No, I mean it. You want me to keep going? Give me the Falcons plus 8.5. Lock of the week. What is your lock?
I'm going to the Lions at Patriots, and I'm going to shoot at the under 45.5 here.
Yeah, this is interesting.
This is a game where, like,
Did
the
you see the
Lions.
stat?
What?
The Lions have the number 1 scoring offense and the bottom of the
Yeah.
barrel scoring defense.
Well, the thing is they've been getting down, and then they just they have no quit in them. Freaking Hawkinson last week
he went down.
on my fantasy team.
He really did go off, though.
did.
He did. No, he's a beast.
I'm starting golf over Rodgers.
That's ballsy. But he is lighting it up.
Rodgers.
What?
I've been starting
I
Carr
said
over
he's lighting it
Rodgers.
up.
Dude, have you watched?
I just said he's lighting it
Yeah,
up.
but look, Rodgers too. He's been
Yeah, well, tell Goff
sucking.
maybe if he doesn't throw a pick six, maybe they'll win the game.
But yeah, no, this is a game like it's one of those. Even the Patriots have been giving up a little bit of points. Even last week, they had a chance.
Is Bailey Zappi going to be the quarterback?
I don't know,
See, I was talking with Lindsay. I was like, see, this is
but
how
he didn't play bad. But it was like
he didn't play good, but he didn't play bad.
they didn't trust him enough to try to win the game with him.
Well, Bill
if that makes
Belichick
sense.
said he ain't fucking losing us this game.
Yeah.
So that's why I was talking to Lindsay. She's like, who is that? I was like, play for Western Kentucky. Like, I was like, this is how much college football we've watched. Immediately, I'm like, oh, Bailey Zappi. People were probably like, who the fuck
Yeah.
is that?
I was.
Western Kentucky, Hilltoppers, baby. He was good.
Oh yeah,
He was really good in college.
Did they draft him or is he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Which was interesting because they have Mac Jones. So they drafted him late round. But
Yeah, he threw for over like 5.
Did Hoyer get hurt?
yeah, he was good. Yeah, Hoyer got a concussion, I think.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, they had to go down to the third string, and he went toe to toe with the Packers. So
yeah. I think it's a more of a situation where the Lions kind of match their opponent. If that makes sense. So, I'm gonna roll with more of like a lower scoring game here. I think it's kind of like counter culture maybe.
okay, Joseph, what is your lock of the week?
Mine is I'm on a lot of unders this week. My lock of the week is Steelers Bills under 47.5. You touched on it a bit, but not exactly what I'm thinking. I'm thinking this is a tough spot for Kenny Pickett to get his first start in Buffalo
Well, yeah, definitely they're the
against
best.
one of the against one of the
best.
best defenses in the league.
Well, the best team.
The best team, period. You're right. But I think also Pittsburgh has a tough defense as well. I don't know if it's Buffalo tough. You know,
I mean, it's
they'll
fucking
be
right
able
there.
to put up some points, but I think that their defense is stout enough that I don't trust their offense to put up points. I think this will be a low-scoring game.
See, I think you're making a critical mistake
Why's that?
because Kenny Pickett's going to throw for 5 touchdowns.
Yeah, because you want them to win that bet.
No, I mean, I just know it's going to happen. So, the Steelers found their guy. You made a bad bet.
It's the wrong week.
You put your eggs in Corral's basket. He's probably at Golden Corral right now. All right, Justin, what is your lock of the week?
Going back to the Patriots and Lions.
Well, shit. Never mind. Continue.
Oh, come on.
No, I
man.
was saying if Corral wasn't out for the year, maybe we would be looking at seeing
he
him.
might get in. That's a good point, actually.
True.
All right, go ahead, Justin.
My lock is Lions +3.
Okay, so you're on the Lions. Nick, you're on the under in that one?
Yeah.
And
And
then
that's your
Amon
lock?
St. Brown. He's
Amon-Ra.
he's questionable to return this week, but I really like Jamal Williams, the backup.
Is Swifty? What's up with him?
Last time I
he's
saw, he's not
questionable.
coming back till after the bye.
Okay.
Josh Reynolds stepped in and played well. He had that
Yeah.
connection with Jared Goff in Los
Yeah, it
Angeles.
kind of seems
prior.
like they'll probably rest him,
Who's Swift?
Yeah, I feel like they just babied the shit out of him,
Yeah.
which rightfully so. I mean, he's a really good player, but
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like at some point.
and Williams has done
Williams
well in
is-
his place.
Yeah, he's got 6
Yeah, he's a
touchdowns this
stud.
year. He's got to be
Um,
leading running backs right now.
Yeah, I'm sure he's right around it,
Chubb.
if not. All right.
Chubb.
So to recap, Thursday night, I'm taking the over 43. I'm taking the 49ers minus 6.5, the Browns +3, the Commanders +2.5, also known as the Redskins, and I'm taking the Falcons as my lock of the week +8.5. Tom Brady's life is in shambles, and so is Tampa Bay's future.
On Thursday night, I'm going with the Colts +3.5. Sunday at noon, Browns +3. Sunday at noon, the Lions and the Patriots under 45.5 as the lock of the week.
Okay, Joseph.
Thursday night, I'm going Broncos -3. I'm going Saints -5.5. 49ers Panthers under 39.5. Dolphins Jets under 43.5. And my lock of the week, Steelers Bills under 47.5. A lot of unders.
All right, Justin.
Thursday night, I have the Broncos -3 against the Colts and the over at 43. And Sunday, I have the Dolphins -3 against the Jets. And then my lock of the week is going to be the Lions +3 against the Patriots.
Alrighty, there you go. That's our NFL picks for NFL Week 5. See if we can. I need to get back on track. So it's a big upcoming week for me. Nick, you had your worst week in like a month, and you went even across the board. So that is not bad. Again, if you're listening to the podcast and you would rather watch the podcast, go to YouTube, Big Easy Bets TV, subscribe. All the episodes will be out on there. But all right, top 3 NBA jerseys of all time. Do you have your list?
Yeah.
All right, I will go first. Number 3, the 1990s Phoenix Suns, Charles Barkley era.
Oh, those are sick.
I was looking at
with
that.
the basketball and
Yes.
the sun around it.
Yep.
That could be. And my top 3 is interchangeable. But so I'll have that one in at 3. Number 2, it's on the wall. Black Bulls jersey with the red pinstripes, all-time jersey. Anytime they wore those, they probably were undefeated wearing those jerseys. The Bulls with Jordan. One of the sickest uniforms of all time. And then number 1, this probably will be a popular pick, but the early 2000s Raptors. Vince Carter, Tracy McGrady, the purple one though.
Yeah,
Purple.
that's on my list.
Purple
Me too.
with the dinosaur on it. I mean, I probably watched a million times watched Vince Carter in that dunk contest.
Yeah.
Tracy McGrady was also in that dunk contest. So that was a lot of people. I think like the Raptors fans don't like those jerseys, but that's like all time. That's all time. I've heard a lot of people be skeptical, like, "Oh, it looks stupid." Like,
No.
I think now it looks stupid with the dumbass fucking Raptor logo.
Yeah.
It's like the claw or some
Yeah.
shit. Go back to the good
Now
old
they
days.
got the OVO collab or whatever.
There's nothing wrong
Drake.
with that, but yeah.
But they're not like the throwbacks.
no, the
are
throwbacks.
sick.
Yeah, those are all time jerseys.
I thought you were going to have the throwback Grizzly ones.
I was never a huge fan of those. The Vancouver Grizzlies.
Oh, those are sick.
Those are so sick.
They're all right. They never really did it for me. The Nuggets had some good ones too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was
Yeah.
that was on my list, but I just crossed it out.
like the Dikembe Mutombo.
The Nuggets?
Yeah,
Yeah.
You crossed that one out?
the one with the skyline and the
Yeah.
mountain.
Yes.
like those.
Yes. All right,
Um,
what's your what's 3-1
The Miami Heat whiteout, number 3.
Oh, I had that
when
one.
LeBron was there?
Yeah.
Yeah. You love the whiteout.
Number
stuff.
2 is the
White House.
Trend foreman.
not the Nuggets, the Toronto, the purple one that you mentioned.
Yeah.
And then number 1, I'm gonna go with the old New Orleans Hornets jerseys, the one before the stripes got on them, the white ones.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I know what
So
you're talking
early 2000s.
about. Yeah. Like CP3 play. Oh, early 2000s. So before Chris Paul.
Well,
Chris Paul was 03.
Was he 03?
2007,
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
before they
like going
changed
like
to
with
the
Peja,
last
like with
iteration of them.
Peja Stojakovic
Yeah.
and shit going to the playoffs. Okay.
But in the middle of that team, they changed the
Number one,
jerseys.
though, that's a homer pick.
Oh my God, they're sick.
They are. I like the gold ones. I like the yellow ones.
Yeah, but that's from that
It's that. Yeah.
that's from that
was one of the
generation of
alternates.
jerseys.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
Oh,
no, they
dude.
are good jerseys.
That
like
team
Baron
was so
Davis. Baron Davis.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That team was so good when we had Chris Paul.
It was pretty good.
Chris Paul, David West, Peja Stojakovic, Tyson Chandler,
Mm-hmm.
Mo Peterson.
Yeah, a lot of those players left and had a lot of success.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
Tyson Chandler, especially.
David West,
David
even with the
West.
David
Pacers.
West became a mid-range
Yeah.
fucking magician.
He was really good with us, though.
Yeah, he was, but he became like
And
like
then
a
Peja.
like a consistent 20
Yeah.
and 10 guy.
Peja, just one of the best shooters.
All right, Joseph.
All right, my
3
number
to 1.
3, both I already had it, is the Throwback Raptors with Vince Carter and T-Mac. T-Mac was one of my favorite players. My number 2, Justin just mentioned it, was the Vancouver Grizzlies, those teal jerseys. I love those. And then my number 1 is the Malone Stockton Jazz
I love
jerseys.
those
The
too.
purple
those
ones,
are
with the
sick.
but
mountains.
specifically the purple ones with the white mountains.
Oh, I don't know. I like the whites.
No, those are cool too, but I
Yeah.
love that purple with the white mountains.
Yeah, that's a
Those-
really good
Those
one.
jerseys are awesome.
That's a really good one as
And
well.
I had the Charles Barkley Suns as
Yeah.
an honorable mention. Those are sick.
Yeah. All right, Justin. What is your 3 to 1?
My number 3 is the San Antonio Spurs. It's the city jerseys. It's the white ones with like the kind of like the orange, the pink, and the
Oh yeah.
green.
Is that okay? Is that
It's this one.
that's okay, so that's a new jersey, but
Yeah.
that's trying to go back. That's trying to go back to the old school, what they used to have. That's like
Yeah.
paying homage to the old school.
And then my number 2 is the red Chicago Bulls one. It's kind of like that one in the top left
Mm-hmm.
up there, but it's like their city jerseys. And then my number 1 is the old teal, like the Pistons jerseys, the one with the horse
Yeah, I know what
on
you're
it.
talking
Oh,
about,
yeah.
with the flames.
Yeah.
I like
yeah,
those.
that's a good one too. Yeah, there's a lot of good throwback NBA jerseys.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you could do like a top 10.
Yeah, you really could. Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything else. We're ahead of schedule.
It's the
on
first time we haven't had any like real disagreements on the top 3.
It's hard just because there's so many good ones. It's
Yeah.
hard.
Yeah,
to-
there is so many good ones.
It's
Like
hard to
I was
disagree.
thinking about that uniform.
Yeah,
Um,
just all black for me just does it.
I
so
love
you
the
come
red
out.
pinstripes.
Yeah,
though.
exactly.
Do y'all like
That's gangsta.
the Miami Heat Vice City, the
Nah.
black ones?
I like the
No?
old
I like
school.
those.
I like the Tim Hardaway.
The red
when he
ones?
was
Yeah.
with the I don't know what the font is, but the numbers where it's like the old
Yeah.
school 49ers
Yeah.
jerseys.
Mm.
I don't know what you would call that font, but yeah, those are good.
The Dominique Wilkins Hawks, I like those where they had the hawk.
Yeah, with like
Oh,
Steve
yeah.
Steve Smith.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are good. What else? I like the throwback Magic with Shaq and Penny Hardaway. I like the old Charlotte Hornets with Alonzo Mourning.
Mm-hmm.
Those are good.
Like the Hornet on the shorts.
Yeah.
Dribbling the ball.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of good ones. So I don't know. I feel like it's 6 one way, half a dozen the other. And that's why I said my top 3 is interchangeable. So all right, that is our NFL picks. That is our college football picks. I'd rather not have to chase just to have a okay, or not even okay, but I'd rather chase to not have to chase to even try to get back to 500. I would rather just have a good week. So, but I don't know how to feel about the board. I had a lot of. It's like I want to take 20 games, but I don't like. That's why I didn't. I don't like 20 games.
Yeah.
I just am like let's roll the dice and see if we can rally off like a 16-4 day, and then just get out of the gutter and just be like, yeah, I've been doing good all year.
Yeah.
All it takes is 1 week to turn the tides, and I'm hoping that's this week. So, all right, y'all have anything to say before we go?
Good luck.
Adios.
Good luck.
All right, episode 127 in the books. Like I said, if you listen and you'd rather watch, go to YouTube, Big Easy Bets TV. Subscribe on everything, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, all of that. We appreciate everybody. If there's a game that we didn't touch on that you would like to get answers on, reach out and we'll give you our honest opinion. Y'all have a good one. Who dat?
The house always wins. Play long enough, you never change the stakes. The house takes you. Unless, when that perfect hand comes along, you bet big, and then you take the house. I've been practicing this good. A little bit. Did I rush it? Felt like I rushed.
That was good. I liked it.